welcome back. Round Body Bob, back on the square body. Well, welcome back again. If you watched the last video, you know we got some issues with the 4-speed after doing the 4-speed swap. I did make it about 10 feet that way before I got it in the gear to come back this way. So you can see I've got a couple transmissions tore apart. Cases are laying under the truck. So this is kicking off the SM465 4-speed rebuild. This first video, we're just going to get the top plate off of it. I'm going to show you how to get the shift forks out. I have done this multiple times, but I will warn you, this will be my first rebuild on the SM465. I've had my little Geo Tracker transmission apart quite a few times, so I'm thinking this one's probably going to be fairly simple too. Getting the bearings out of it's going to be a challenge. So kind of hang around, watch these videos if you're interested in rebuilding one. I'll show you a bearing puller that I bought that I was just for $21 off Amazon. You know, I was down to where I didn't think I was going to be able to get these out of the old case. Not the one that was in the truck, but the transmission I found. So hang around. This first video is going to be kind of short, just showing you how to get the top shifter cover off, how to get the shift forks lined up, and just kind of what to look at in there. You'll kind of see right off the bat as soon as I pull this off why it was popping in reverse. This transmission that I put in this truck had been used and abused. So once we get this done, I'm probably going to throw the transfer case back in it and drive it. Hopefully the transfer case is all right, but we are ordering I don't know who this we is. I'm not French. I'm going to order a kit for the 208, and we're going to have a video on rebuilding it too here. Maybe this summer sometime. I want to get started on the 67, try to get it cut down to a short bed, get disc brakes, 5-lug, rear end swap. So hope you enjoy this, and if you're interested in rebuilding your 465 4-speed, like and subscribe. Check it out. Hopefully we don't have 4 backward gear and only 1 forward when I get done. Alright, as you can see, I got the trans tunnel back out. Once you put the 4-speed in, your shift tower sticks up through the hole. So to get the tunnel out, you do have to take the seat loose. I usually just unbolt them. You can lift it up, pick the tunnel up, clear it all, and pull it out. So I got it out, got all my bolts off. I'm going to hop up here and get the shift rail. Remember, when you're shifting these, so reverse is all the way to the right and back. So on the shift rail, reverse is going to be on the driver's side and forward. Your shift rails, everything will be completely opposite of what you're shifting up here. So let me get my paper towel out of there, get the shift rail set, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, if you can see right there, that is neutral. All 3 of those shift rails are lined up. You see that button on the left? That's whenever you go into reverse in these transmissions, you'll feel a little tension as you go over before you go down. That's kind of help you from trying to throw it in reverse as you're going into fourth. That is the reverse shift rail. What we're going to do is push that forward until that little spring-loaded button's about halfway with the 3/4 shift rail, the ones in the middle. All right, you can see right there, that has about halfway into reverse. The little spring-loaded button, you'll want it about halfway on the 3/4 shift forward. Might go forward just a little, but that's pretty close. So once you do that, I'll kind of show you how it gets the shift fork lined up around the 1-2 gear where it can come out. If you don't do this, you can break that reverse shift fork, and I looked last night for shift forks because I kind of got a feeling it may be the 1-2 shift fork bad, and you can't find a reverse shift fork. And that thing looks like it's been abused going into reverse, or actually that would be coming back out of reverse. So Let me get this top cover off. We'll see what's going on in here. All right, once you have your reverse set about halfway in, run you a 5/16 bolt. There's a hole in the corners here. There'll be one on the driver's side back, passenger side front. You can run those down, and that will split the case and lift it up off of you. So, you don't have to try to pry, pull around, tug. So I'm going to put this back down. Actually, I'm going to set the stand up. There's a little finagling you might have to do to get this fork around it, but it's not that bad once you get this. Make sure you set this reverse halfway in gear. All right, also having those bolts in there gives you a little something to hold on to. So I'm going to lift this up. Your reverse fork's on the driver rear side back here. You want to lift it up and you'll feel it. Don't force anything. Just be kind of gentle. You'll swing around something like that. And you want this about halfway into reverse. Start it up on here. Is that reverse shift fork rides right here, and it needs room to come up past first gear. So by putting it halfway into reverse, we'll allow that shift fork. Mine has a piece broke off of the shift fork. I'm guessing it's probably broke off, fell down there, and that's what's happened to the gears. So I'm going to get started. Transmission's coming out. I'm going to get started, get the transfer case pulled back off of it, and we'll go from there. All right, I figured out the issue with the popping in reverse. Yeah, I don't know how good you can see that, but as you can see, we're missing a gear. That's on the reverse idler gear. That's the one your shift fork for reverse rides on. We're going to get a new reverse gear, and also turn this light off. We're going to get a new reverse gear, and also we're just going to get a rebuild kit for it. The input bearing, main output bearings, they're all got some play to them. All the other gears look pretty good. This gear, that's kind of normal, having some wear on there. That's where reverse is not synchronized. Whenever that reverse gear slides over, this is the gear it kind of bumps into. You'll see this is your second gear synchronizer, or what would be first on the shifter, or and it's going into gear. I'll show you why it wasn't going into second gear with a shifter. This would be first or granny low up here. It's hard to do and hold the phone. Let me see if I can get it to. This would be low. It's not synchronized, is why there's no synchro ring on that. Well, it'll go if I have both hands putting pressure on each side. This is your third and fourth gear selector. This would be third gear. And this would be fourth gear. The way you got them in neutral, have that selector between those synchros and this one up to those. And so I'm going to get started tearing this apart. We're just going to go ahead and do new bearings and synchronizers. I don't have a press. I'll have to take it somewhere and get, I think there's a bearing or two that I'll have to press out. But while I'm in here, I might as well go ahead. And here was the issue with it not going into second. I don't know if you can tell on the first and second shift fork, it is wore pretty good. All the plastic's definitely gone. It's wearing into the fork up here. Luckily, the shift collar on the transmission still looks pretty good. So I'm going to get some new shift forks put in it. I'm pretty sure this is the reason it would not go into second gear, because when this went back with it missing that, it wasn't pushing it back all the way where it needed to go. So I'm going to go ahead and replace third and fourth also. There's still some nylon on it, but while I'm doing them, I'm going to go ahead and I drove about 100 yards down the road and found this is out of a 76 model. It's a older 465. It's a 10 spline output for a 205 transfer case, but the top plate should be the same. Shift rails should be the same. Reverse gear should be the same. So if everything I need is in this one, I'm going to pull the reverse gear, the reverse shift fork. The insides of that transmission is super good shape. If it was a 32 spline, I'd put it in there, but it's not. So we are going to, you know what though? I've got every part that I would ever need right here. Gears, whatever. Reverse idler gears coming out. I was trying to look at this reverse fork. I thought it had been broke, but I don't believe it has. But anyway, I'm going to get some stuff ordered here. I may start taking the 32 spline apart, getting it ready, and get some bearings, synchros put in it. Well, guys, that's going to be about it for this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're going to next video, I'm going to be getting the bearings out of the case, getting the main shaft, counter shaft out. Then the third and final, maybe third video, I borrowed a little 12-ton press. We'll be pressing the gears off the shaft, getting the 32 long shaft, all the gears pressed back on it, and getting it ready to go back in the case. So if you ever thought about rebuilding one of these yourself, kind of hang around. It's not been that bad, like I said, other than getting that 76 case apart. So don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.